Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. So in this video, I'm going to show you a complete PhonePe backend, PhonePe payment backend that can accept UPI payments in your application. I'll walk you through the demo and also share you the full code as well. So you can download the code from the description. Alright. So if you are building an app and struggling with the payment integration, so this video is going to save you a lot of time. All right, so let's get started. So right now, as you can see, I have opened my editor, which is I'm using IntelliJ over here. So suppose you might be using VS Code or Eclipse or any other your favorite editor like Sublime, anything. So right now I'm using IntelliJ. So if you see, I have opened the backend code over here, and here, if you see, there are two YAML files. Suppose if you're a Java developer, so you might be knowing this. Suppose if you are a Node.js developer, so there might be a confusion. But yeah, so but basically, so just take this application and deploy it in any server or any VPS, and then you can give that endpoint to your application or mobile application which you are building. So it's going to be the same. But the right now the application, the PhonePe backend, payment backend is in Java. So you can host this directly as well. So you can go through this video. All right. So yes. So in this YAML file, I have added the integration, or I have given the configuration about the database, and also uh, the security keys, PhonePe security keys. So first and foremost thing, to access this, or if you want to receive a payments from your customers or clients, then first thing you need to have access to PhonePe application, which means you need to have a PhonePe access. All right. So where you need to submit few documents, then you will get an access. That same keys you can use it over in your YAML file for the configuration. So based on that, PhonePe is going to, or PhonePe payment portal is going to accept the payments from your clients or customers. All right. So as you see in the screen, so I have created about four different controller over here: health controller, payment controller, and refund controller, and webhook controller. So health controller basically to check whether the application is, or your backend application or the phone payment application is active or not. And the payment controller, where this controller is going to create a payment and also to check the status of that particular payment. Suppose you create a payment of about 100 rupees, so we can check whether that payment status is in success status or still pending or rejected, anything. So this controller is going to take care of that information. All right. So refund controller, basically suppose you have get the payment, you'll get the transaction ID and the customer and the amount. So with the transaction ID and the amount, you can directly initiate the refund from this particular controller. Webhook controller, where you can able to uh, configure your redirect URL. So everything is under this particular controller. All right. So right now the application is started already. So I have started already, but what I'll do, I'll just rerun this again, and I'll open the browser. So how this application is going to work. All right. So as you see, the application has been started and it's running at the port number 8081. So I'll go to the browser over here. Let me bring. All right. Okay. So now the port number, since I'm running in the local system, so I'm going to use localhost. So if you deploy this application in server like any VPS, Hostinger VPS, or Railways, so any server, so then you'll be having that exposed endpoint. You can use that, and yeah, rest everything remains the same. So I'll open this. So this is a Swagger. So like for better understanding, we have created a Swagger, and usually Swagger is like similar to like how we can able to test your endpoints in the Postman, similar way. All right. Yes. So as you see, first what I'll do, I'll just create a payment over here. Okay. So now API payment create. So this endpoint which you're going to configure in your application or any website. So try it out. So what I'll do, for every payment you initiate from your application or from your website, so you need to generate one unique key. So right now I'm just going to give as test 90091. All right. So this is just an generated one. So let's say the amount you want to accept from the customer or the client or from your application or like e-commerce application, anything. So let's say it's about 400 rupees. all right, or let's say 405. I'll keep it as 405 over here. So execute, and if you see over here, so it gave a successful response. Let me try to zoom a little bit more. All right, so yeah, so this is a merchant transaction ID. So let me copy this transaction ID, and also you can able to see one more URL which gave response from the PhonePe. As you see, HTTP merchant UAT. UAT means right now we can't able to run the production one, right, in the local. So only when you deploy it to the production live in your application, at that time you will get the merchant phonepay.com. So right now it's in a we are using the testing credentials. Okay, in local we can able to use only testing credentials. When you deploy in the production, you will configure with the actual secret key. Nothing much. In the production you will get the actual merchant phonepay.com. all right, so I'll come back to this redirect URL. So this is the main URL where you're going to accept the payment in any form. So right now just copied the merchant transaction ID over here, just copy it, and what I'll do, I'll go to the second to check the status of this. All right, so like this, if you see the status, if I scroll down, it's still under pending status, the same amount, right? So that's because we have created a payment link, or we have created a payment, but the customer or the user has not done the payment yet. So what I'll do, this URL which we receive from the PhonePe itself, all right, so I'll just go to the new browser over here. So the same URL which you want to configure and redirects to this, and the response which we get from this, that you're going to consider as a success. So total amount is 405. You can accept debit card, credit card, anything, net banking as well. So right now I'll go with the UPI. So from my cell phone I am going to make this payment right now. Okay, so I'm going to my PhonePe or Google Pay application. So I'm going to make a payment over here. Okay, so now I have done the payment. It's successful here. So we got the successful response and payment is successful. So since I didn't configure the redirect URL over here, so when you deploy this backend application in your website or in your mobile application, then you can configure the redirect URL. So right now I'm just running the PhonePe backend application. That's it. All right. So the payment is success, as you know, from the UI which you got. So we'll test this the status again. I'll come back again over here. The same merchant transaction ID earlier which was in pending status, right? So now if I execute this, it should be completed. All right, so the PhonePe working, right, and also it's working fine. And here we have created a payment, and also we check the status of that payment as well. Suppose if the payment got rejected, so let me show that as well. So I'll just update this to one more ID, and I'm going to create, let's say now 504. all right, so execute. So we got a new URL and the merchant ID. So let me copy the merchant ID first, and obviously if we paste this, or if we check the status of this particular payment, it's going to be at the pending status. It's because it's a new payment which we just created. So now what I'll do, I'm going to copy this particular URL. Okay, so I'll go to the new tab, PhonePe 504, and let me do the payment. Right now I'm not going to pay it. Okay, so it's gonna like it's going to reject it. Okay, I'm going to use one uh, account where I'm not able to make the payment. So now the payment is cancelled. See, something went wrong, right? So which means payment has not done. All right, so now if you come here and if you check the status, if you see, it's got failed. All right, so everything is working fine. So this entire application code, you can take it from the description. All right, so now if you have any questions as well, you can just let me know in the comment section. And also you can deploy this application, as I said earlier, in hosting your VPS, or also any hosting server, anything is fine. All right, So I have shared the complete source code in the description below. You can download it and use it for your own projects. So if you found this application or this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more real world backend projects. Also comment on below if you want to build a Razorpay or a Stripe payment integration as well. And also if you want this complete code tutorial also, just let me know in the comment section. We can do it for you. And yeah, you can download the code from the description. So thank you for watching. Let's meet in our next video. Until then, take care. Goodbye. Bye bye.